Begin in mountain pose, standing tall and strong. Inhale, both arms come up above your head, shifting your gaze to look at your fingertips. Exhale, swan dive down into your full fold, shifting your gaze and pulling the crown of your head towards your toes. Shift one leg at a time, loosening up your lower back. Inhale and rise into a half lift. Exhale and come back into the full fold. Inhale and shift into awkward chair pose, pushing your hips back, keeping your belly strong, and keeping your gaze in neutral. Bring your hands down through heart and turn so that your left elbow sits just above your right knee. Use the pressure between your hands to assist you in a torso twist. Rise up and then extend the right leg and come into Warrior 3. Extend powerfully through the fingertips and the toes. Bring your fingertips towards the ground as you stack your right hip up on top of your left, with the right arm pulling towards the ceiling. Lift powerfully through that right leg as you come into standing half moon. Bring the right hand back towards the ground and place the foot down into Warrior 1. The toes of the right foot point out at about 45 degrees. Belly stays strong, lifting the spine, guiding yourself back into a gentle back bend, led by your fingertips, with your upper arms staying in line with your ears. And breathe. Shift your arms down towards the floor, move the right foot back as far as you're comfortable, and bend the right knee down towards the ground. If your knee needs more cushioning, you can roll up your mat or use a towel or pillow. If this position is comfortable, you can guide your body into a gentle back bend, allowing your fingertips to lead, only going as far as you're comfortable, with your belly protecting your spine. Open your chest and guide your right arm back to reach for your right foot. The left arm still reaches towards the ceiling, with your upper arm in line with your ear, gaze in neutral, and shoulders away from your ears. Heart pushes forward and both hips pull forward as well. If sitting with your foot on the inside of your arm is too much of a stretch for you today, then shift your grip so that your right foot sits comfortably in your right palm. Release the right foot down towards the floor, lift your hips, and settle back into the right hip, allowing a posterior chain stretch on your left side. Fingertips come to the floor, tailbone reaches behind you. Bring both hands to the ground and move your left foot back as you settle into child's pose. Allow your head to rest on the floor, shoulder blades moving away from your ears, palms relaxed and open to receive. Place the palms down on the ground and rise up into plank. Move your body towards the floor in whatever way makes sense to you, coming up into a small cobra before lifting again and pressing your body back into downward facing dog. The torso presses towards your thighs. The arms push the ground away. Inhale and lift the right leg into the air for a three-legged dog. Reach through the right foot. Bend the right knee and place it gently down on the ground beside your left foot. Move both feet next to each other. Lift the hips. Turn and look at the ground. Bring the hips back down towards the floor. Straighten the left leg. Bring both hands to the floor and find yourself in plank. Revisit your downward facing dog and then walk, step, or hop both feet in between your hands. Lengthen the legs and roll your spine up one vertebrae at a time, preparing for the second side. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, full fold. Inhale to your half lift, Using your back muscles, exhale back down into full fold, wrapping the arms around the back of the legs. Settle your hips down into awkward chair pose. Lift your gaze and attempt to keep both arms in line with your ears with the power of your back muscles. Press your hands together, bringing them down to heart, and rotate so that the right arm settles just above the left knee on the left thigh. The left elbow points towards the ceiling as you turn and look over your left shoulder. Bring both hands back to heart, lengthening onto your right leg as you extend into Warrior 3 with your left leg in the air. Level both hips, brace your core, and keep your arms in line with your ears. Both hands come to the ground as you stack your left hip up on top of your right, with the left arm reaching towards the ceiling, leading the torso in a gentle twist. Actively push through the left leg, lifting the blade of the left foot towards the ceiling. Bring both hands back to the floor as you place the left foot down into Warrior 1, with your toes angled out at about 45 degrees. Settle your hips into this position, using your belly muscles to lift your spine, reaching through the fingertips. Only go as far into a back bend as you are comfortable with today. The left heel pushes towards the floor powerfully as both hips pull forward, and your heart lifts towards the ceiling. Hinge forward and bring both hands towards the ground, moving the left foot back as far as you are comfortable and bringing the left knee to the ground. If this position is comfortable, add the arms, guiding your body into a gentle back bend, only as far as you are comfortable with today. The belly muscles protect the spine as you rise up and out of your sit bones. Reach the left hand back to clasp the left foot in a quad stretch. Both hips pull forward as the right arm continues to guide your torso into an open heart, gentle back bend. And breathe. Remember that your body is wise, and listen to the limits that you have today. Release the left foot down towards the floor, lift the hips, and shift the weight into the left hip as you lengthen through the right leg. The tailbone extends behind you as your back muscles work to pull your shoulder blades back, opening your heart to the front. Bring your weight forward again, moving the right foot back next to the left as you settle your hips back and down into child's pose. Lengthening through your spine. Allow the shoulders to remain far from your ears. Allow the weight of your head to be supported by the ground. Place your hands beneath you, ready to lift you up, and lift into downward facing dog before lengthening out again into plank. Lower your body to the ground in whatever way makes sense for you today, coming through a small cobra before lifting again and pressing back into downward facing dog. The torso presses towards the thighs. The heels pull towards the ground as the tailbone rotates towards the ceiling. Lift the left leg into the air for a three-legged dog, reaching through the left leg actively. Bend the left knee and reach behind you with it, gently placing it down on the ground to the right side of your mat. Move the right foot next to the left and press up through the hips as you turn and look over your right shoulder. Lower the hips again, lengthen the right leg, and rotate so that both hands and both feet come back to the floor. Touch back to downward facing dog for a moment before walking, stepping, or hopping both feet forward. Do a full fold before rolling your spine up one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, both arms reach towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands to heart.